Alright, so now that we have the power bomb, we are, of course, going to meet with some people who would rather we not have that. So, just some ice pirates, nothing we haven't seen before. And yeah, not a problem. And here we're going to take a look at this. This is a new research entry for us. This is a power bomb ammunition. So this restocks your power bombs. We start out with 4, so not useful to us right now. But yeah, the game, I guess, pretty invested in making sure that we have 4. Oh, this scan here I think is actually really cute. I'm going to scan this one even though it's a flavor. Keeping of pets has been suspended until further notice. Domestic beasts have been deemed highly susceptible to phase-on madness and are thereby a hazard to personnel. All the dogs and cats, I believe, is what those are translated to into English, must be disposed of immediately. Failure to comply will result in loss of pay for a cycle and reduced rations. So they're pretty serious about that. I hope they don't come after any of those poor dog and cat analogs. That would be a real shame if they were to follow through on that. So, okay, never get complacent on your jumping, people. It's important to always remember to do the L-jump technique, even in spots where it shouldn't matter. That is going to, I believe, be kind of a recurring theme for the next couple of areas. There's going to be some jumps that are a little finicky to make, so it's just going to be important to stay on top of that. And, okay, anyone remember this guy? He is itching for a fight right now, and we are kind of running low on missiles, so we're not going to use the many super missiles technique against him like we did before. We actually have more health than missiles right now, so we're just going to go with the charge shot. Now come on, Samus. So it takes a lot more charge shots than it did super missiles to be able to take this guy out. And it's only, I believe, 4 super missiles. But hey, you know, that's not that bad. So plus missiles on that transaction. We take those. And now it's time to make our way up to the top here. We are going to unfortunately have to do a little bit of backtracking. As it turns out, the most convenient way to do that is going to involve doing some backtracking. So here is another thing that's going to make our lives a little bit more convenient, and that would be the map station. Hidden behind that wall of rubble. The rubble is something that Samus can destroy with the power bombs. You do the scan on it, it generally shows that the rubble is made out of Bendesium. So that is the map for this room. And hey, look, we get our power bomb right back. It's almost like it didn't even take us a power bomb to bust into that warehouse. So now we're gonna continue a little bit back here. This is that room that had the poisonous pufferfish in it, and this is a Bendesium gate. And so let's try it out. And so here we have the fan access control panel. I don't know if you remember, but when the pufferfish came into contact with Samus, they would explode and release some toxic gas. So the same thing's going to happen here. that fan grate is gonna explode, and now that we turned the fans on, that is ventilating the room and getting rid of the, you know, harmful pollutant or whatever that was damaging us. So that's cool. And turns out there was also an energy tank behind the spot there, so we of course take those two. So let's take a nice relaxing trip up this half pipe. We're not lined up, Samus. Oh, come on now. This is the unexpected tech skill of making it up the half pipe. Like, I don't know about you, but I could have seen like any of the last like 3 of those jumps making it. Alright, so in here we've got some Shadow Pirates. We're going to be using the time-honored Metroid tradition of ignoring those enemies because, well, let's say they aren't important for us to defeat. So we're just going to go ahead and go straight on out and try not to interact with those sneaky boys. And, okay, so that's not bad. And, ooh, gonna be a little diva here on the toxic box. Just gonna get some missile pickups because, again, something that could be very useful for us in the future. So we're going to backtrack a little bit more up to another spot here where we are on. This is the back up on the first floor here. And anyone remember this room with these guys? We're going to see if we can go up without getting hit and without looking at the thing. Alright, we took one shot and we were completely obscured by the camera, so that's not bad. Okay, so here is this room here, and this is another spot where we've got another one of these rubble piles, and I'll show you what it shows up for on the scan here. So, requires power to operate. Okay, so that would be the scan for the rotation control thing. Well, in any case, there is a power bomb explosion powerful enough to take it out. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before, except this time you notice that there isn't a place to line it up. That's because the place to line it up has been sneakily hidden in the back there by the game devs. So that is the top level lined up with the spider ball track that it goes to. And now we're going to have to use the center console to line the yellow track up. And it's going to take 3 hits. Oh, I always mistime those when I try and get fancy like that. And so now on the very bottom floor, we're going to line the yellow up. And that one's only going to take 1. And let's take a trip up. See if we got this aligned correctly here for this. And right up to the top. So yeah, this is indeed lined up with the hidden in the back. So this is our next major power-up. This is the Grappling Beam. Grappling Beam is able to do a lot of really amazing things, but for our purposes, I suppose the most important one would be that you can get this research entry for the grappling hooks. Of course, I'm kidding, but we do, of course, need to get this research entry. It's important. Just like the power bomb ammo. So yeah, this is how the grapple beam looks. So you grab on, and then you can swing like Tarzan. And we got to see that a little bit in the beginning of the game, but got a little bit more here. So from a gameplay perspective, the folks in the sequence breaking labs are hard at work with figuring stuff like this out, and I believe that almost every, in fact, maybe indeed every single time that the game devs wanted you to use the grappling hook for something, there is some way that the sequence breakers have found out for you to not have to need it. Alright, so we're back in the very entrance of Phazon Mines again. We're just going to go ahead and ignore all these pirates as we make our escape here. Not bad, not bad. and now we're going to take the transport up to the Talon Overworld. So we're going to take a nice relaxing trip on the elevator, and we're going to get up here. And got right out of the gate a bunch of these harassment enemies lined up waiting to shoot Samus with some spikies. Samus, of course, not in on that. So we are going to just make our way calmly up to... we ate that shot, unfortunately. We did not turn around fast enough. So let's think about where we want to go next. I actually think this this transport might be kind of cool. This is maybe a little bit different from the traditional sequence, I suppose, that you might be using for this, but I think it'll work out pretty well for us. We don't get to do things, unfortunately, as conveniently as we maybe could have if we would have been a little bit smarter. There was a couple of spots where I could have done this thing that I'm about to do earlier in the game, but it never really popped up for me. So I'm afraid we're gonna have to do a slight detour. But it's not going to be that bad. Actually, I kind of think it makes... Well, I like this because of what we're going to do. First of all, we'll take a little trip to this save station here, and that's going to make some of this stuff a little bit less nerve-wracking. All right, so now that we're back in here. There is a slight detour that I'm going to have to make, and this is related to something that I should have done earlier in the game, and it's really been eating me up inside, walking around knowing that I haven't done this. So we have been kind of low on the missiles, so what we can do is take a little, let's see, oh yeah, this is actually a research... this is actually a research thing, so we can do that. This is something that I haven't scanned yet, a morph ball slot. Okay, so there's some Chozo ghosts in this room. Obviously, our goal is going to be to not fight with them. You know, they didn't ever do anything bad to Samus, so... We're gonna take a pass on interacting with them for the time being here. Alright, so this is where we're going. This room in here. And the reason that we're going here is because, and this has been like eating me up, there's Chozo lore in this room, and there's 3 of them, but I only got 2. So we're gonna go ahead and scan these other ones. Actually, I only got 1. There's 2 that I haven't scanned. So there's that one, and then there's this one. So now I can rest a little easier at night, knowing that I have all 3 of these Chozo lores scanned, and that way we won't have to worry about forgetting about those. Okay, so now we're going to take a little trip over to the Magmore Caverns. And the Magmore Caverns is going to be the site where we get a really delightful weapon. Oh, nice. The Chozo ghosts aren't going to try and harass us there? I thought for sure. I thought that was like a shoo-in for us getting harassed there. Oh, yeah. The Chozo ghosts is in this room still. Right. Almost forgot that in order to get through here, that is not the entrance that you want to take in the energy room here. We instead want to go towards the back. So here we go. Oh no, we failed. But since we're going backwards, it doesn't matter at all. Yes. Let's go through the storm. Oh man, I almost missed these little harasser enemies. They're so cute and quaint compared with the harasser enemies that we've been having to deal with. This like early game stuff where you can just like legit straight up walk through the area is pretty nice. We'll just ignore these guys. Also, no problem. And yeah, okay, so now we're in this room and we're gonna take a little walkerino over through here. This place is going to be infested by Chozo ghosts now, but we're going to use the time-honored technique of not interacting with them. And that's pretty cool. The Chozo ghosts, a formidable enemy, but not so fast, I suppose. Ooh, I wonder if we could have made that if we tried harder. So going through a couple more of these tunnel things. And then we can go out through here. Actually, it'd be easier to go to the ship to get supplied up first, but I don't think we really need to. Let's just go straight to the Magmore Caverns transport. So to get there, we're going to need to go up to this one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a really interesting part of the map. I love going to these places, like the early places back, now that we have a whole bunch more power-ups. And all the easy, or all the harder enemies and all the annoying harassers are just like so trivial to have to deal with. It's just like such a treat. You know, oh, it's a war wasp. Uh-oh. Don't let him run into me or I might take like 10 damage or so. There's some scarabs. Don't need to worry about them. Okay, wait. Here though, here it's not going to be all like ignoring stuff, because actually we do have a couple of places. This is the place, if you remember, where we had the map scan, right, for this area. But there's also some other stuff in here too. So I'm actually really excited about this. This is one of the last missiles that I got the last time I played this game. So it's just right in here, and you go through there and you pick it up. It's no problem at all. And then also there's one back behind here too. So yeah, this one here, I actually like got through here, and we definitely picked this one up this time because we were really careful to get it. But apparently we didn't get the other one that was hidden behind the brick walls. So that's kind of, again, we'll rest a lot easier at night knowing that we got that one. Wrong way. We'll rest a lot easier at night knowing that we got that one. And now that we have the Morph Ball, it's a lot easier to evade these guys. So Samus can live up to her goal of being a pacifist. Not have to worry about killing any innocent lightning bugs that may be in her way here. So yeah, what we're doing is we're taking a trip over to the Magmore Caverns. And in the Magmore Caverns is going to be our next weapon. And it is a good one. This is the last beam weapon that there is in the game. Ah, we missed. This is the last beam weapon that there is in the game, and it's the best one. Not really a controversial statement, I don't think, to say it's the best one. It does the most damage, and I believe it fires the fastest also. So, what a exciting time it will be for us at the time that we get this weapon. The plasma beam is what it's called. We're going to be shooting some people with our plasmas. So yeah, now we're in the Magmore Caverns, and as we remember, the Magmore Caverns is basically just a straight pipe. We're just going to descend all the way down. And yeah, we're going to take some damage from the Harasser Zurats. No problem. Gonna have some Harasser Steam. And we're gonna save in the unharasser save station.